Hey guys, this is Nick. Thanks for tuning in to Long Island Wargaming, and we're going to be taking a break from our regular agenda for the Warhammer Weekly since Dylan's going to not be able to join us on time, and you'll hear why. Tyler will share that with us. Also, this is an edited version of the live broadcast. I did pull it down and edit it just because there were a few things that we wanted to take out. This way it can be more on topic, but also just work well with the YouTube service agreement and licensing, along with the Google Plus Hangouts terms of use. So this is a Paintisode where we just get a bunch of guys in the room and chat, and we are going to go over all sorts of different things, Warhammer and not. And just a disclaimer, all the different parties involved, their opinions are theirs strictly. They do not reflect Long Island Wargaming in any means whatsoever. Also, if you're watching this, I'm assuming that you are at least 18 years of age and you are comfortable with any profanity that may be used. So, with no further ado, please get out some minis and enjoy this hour or so of painting and talk.
An intro, I wanted to say something at the start too.
All right. Well, we're live, and Tyler's going to say something.
Hey, let's push the play button without telling anyone. Okay, so hey guys, as you might be wondering why there's no Warhammer Weekly this week, we got some news from Dylan. His mom recently got sick. I think she's going into getting some care. So just keep Dylan in your thoughts, and let's hope that his mom gets better. Anyways, how about it, Nick?
Cool. So, Dylan will be back with us next weekend, or next week, I should say. But we've got some guests with us. We've got Matiram and Chris Tasuki. Chris, I've spoken to a lot via the Hangout app, just about Skaven shit in general, because I think I cannot make a list for my life. But if each of you guys want to just take a turn telling us a little bit about yourselves or what you do on YouTube or your battle reports or whatever, I guess we'll go with Joshua first, or Matiram.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty new to the scene. I've been doing battle reports under the name Matiram for about 2 months now. I'm up to, I think, 175 subscribers as of today. And that mostly I'm focused on very casual stuff, narrative battles, things like that. Very little in the way of the tournament circuit.
That's my style. I like that, though.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying them.
So, and what made you get involved? What was the selling point?
For battle reports or for Warhammer in general?
I guess the YouTube situation.
Okay.
Or both. You can answer either or.
Just answer everything. Where were you born? What size shoe do you wear?
Raleigh, North Carolina, and 13 wides.
Whoa.
So you're a little guy.
Yeah. Didn't you see my video of why I play the ogres? It's really a self-image thing.
That's actually why I don't play the ogres, because I don't want to see a bunch of Steves on the table.
Well, okay, I'll go ahead and answer the question. As far as Warhammer, I used to play back in high school. I really got in it from more the storytelling side of things. I am a big Dungeons & Dragons player, have been a big role player. But most recently, I'd given it up for, God, almost 15 years.
Wow.
And I actually got back into it because I was trying for a job at a Games Workshop store, and I figured I might as well play the most recent version of the game, and the bug just bit me, and I've been running since.
So when you decided to play the most recent version of the game, does that mean you actually bought the books and stuff? Or did you
Yes.
have somebody that was, okay, bought them or
No.
download them illegally?
No, I bought everything. eBay was my friend early on, but no, I actually drug pretty much my whole D&D group kicking and screaming into it. So we pretty much started our whole group. We play Kitchen Hammer. We literally play on my kitchen table. We're not fancy, but there's it's me, my wife, and 4 friends in our group now. So
Okay. Well, Warhammer is really not too far off from D&D. It's just big picture opposed to individual encounters and independent players, you know?
Right.
So that's cool. Anything else you want to add before we jump over to Chris, and then from there we just go in all sorts of random directions?
Yeah, because who the fuck am I? Why would you interview me, right?
I know.
Yeah, nothing else special. Let's go on to the next.
All right, cool.
All right, my name is Chris Suk. I've started playing ever since Shadow of the Horned Rat, the most amazing game ever that had so many glitches that frustrated you more just to turn the game on instead of actually enjoying it. Press the buttons.
What is that?
Shadow of the Horned Rat, man. Oh my God, it is ridiculous. You play a mercenary human group, and you're fighting against Skaven, orcs, and goblins. I think that's about it, really.
Is it console or PC?
It started PC and then it went to PlayStation 1, and that's the problem. Like the PC version, you had the graphics or the horsepower, it was just fine. You could zoom in, it had great animation for its day. We started on the PlayStation version, me and my friends, and that thing just bogged down so many different ways, and like you couldn't map out your movements or whatever. You would have to like do it on the fly. And meanwhile, the computer is like, shooting warp fire at you across the screen, and then it's just going at you. And when you like mow down a warp fire thrower, it would blow up on your face.
So is this like a Mordheim kind of feel?
It was like a large scale Mordheim.
Yeah. Real time strategy. It was pretty raw. I mean, but it gave us a skewed vision of the game. Like when we first started, like at 5th or 4th or whatever. Mm-hmm. You can only have 1 unit of storm vermin, 1 unit of clan rats. I mean, there's battles where there's like 12 units of storm vermin, 12 units of black orcs. It's ridiculous. But give it a try, man. It's really fun. The console version, the original one's good. I think they made a sequel and it kind of sucked, but whatever. Recently, for the YouTube stuff, I got into it mostly just because of Vol SC, phenomenal YouTuber. Sad he moved on to what's that other game? War Horde or War Machine or whatever.
War Hordes.
War Horde. War whatever. Yeah. And then watching Malorian and Once Bitten, but mostly Malorian. Like his early on opponents were really dumb. And now that I'm doing my own reports with my friends on Bromance Wargaming and my other friend Dejekar, I'm the dumb one. I make so many stupid mistakes, and I'm not even thinking about it. Like 5 minutes later, I'm like, damn it, why did I even do that? I forget moving models, and it's all so that one day I can be top race in a major event. That's all I want. After going to Brawler Bash last year, that was a great experience. I went to Redstone. That was my first tournament, Redstone Rumble. Did horrible. I was living the dream, though. Second round, I was on top 10. I was on table number 6 or something. Was living the dream. Torpedoed myself after that. But currently my army is Skaven. I tried out Tomb Kings, but man, it is frustrating to play. Like, you almost cry trying to play Tomb Kings.
Yes, you do.
And I'm thinking dwarves next, maybe lizardmen. I don't know. It's hard to decide. I'm gonna wait and see what wood elves do. I think they're gonna be the super OP army, but you never know. They might just be another lizardman book.
Right.
No offense to lizardman players out there.
Steve Walker.
Yeah. What? Huh?
You play Lizardmen, right?
I do play Lizardmen.
Now, do you play them, or do you just, play
Color them?
No, they're the things that I'm taking, like the League Nights and stuff like that right now.
Ah, very good.
But that's all I got, Nick.
All right, cool.
I like them. They're kind of boring, though, after a while.
So, I had a quick question for Joshua. So, you said you're in Raleigh?
Yeah.
So you're going to be at Brawler's Bash?
I wish. Unfortunately, I'm in sales, so my weekends are chewed up, and Brawler's Bash will put me within less than a month of my second child being born, so I doubt my wife's going to let me out of the house at all.
So you're like in the Sustainable Center situation where, like, I don't know how he's going. Like when
Yeah.
when he was like, "Oh, I'm having a kid, I can't go," and then like a month later, it was like, "We pushed it back a week or two, so I'm gonna go."
I didn't even bother mentioning it to the wife. She happened to overhear that it was going on at that time and just gave me that stare, and I was like, I value my life too much to even mention this. So.
That's awesome. Have you been before though?
No, actually, I don't know how much you pay attention to my channel, but I've only been to one tournament, and it was about 3 weeks ago. So it was my first experience with it, and I tell you,
That
I
was
was
the one
kind
where
of scared.
you brought the Yetis, right?
Yes, my Yetis. But I've been kind of nervous about the tournament scene. I've played other games before and done tournaments, and it was just totally unfun. And so I was really kind of hesitant to even get into doing tournaments with Warhammer because of
Right.
that.
Well, I only went to my first big GT. I'm getting an echo from somebody. I don't know who it is. Is it there? Test. Okay, good. And my fear was less about winning and losing and more about just playing douchebags. And like, it's one thing when I'm like in the basement playing with my friends, but it's another thing when I go ahead and play with a bunch of random people, and it ended up working out all right. So it wasn't too bad. A
Yeah.
lot of people were very friendly and outgoing, which I was hoping for but didn't anticipate, so it worked out.
Yeah, I like I said, my first tournament was a very positive experience. It did allay a lot of those fears, but now really more of a having the time to do them sort of thing.
Right. And
Not happening.
honestly, the basement games or the garage games, or for in your case, the kitchen games, I end up liking them a bit better, especially when you can customize them a little bit or take some extra time to play them,
Mhm.
opposed to like going and rushing and playing the same 5 games in like 3 hours. Like it's a lot going on.
It's an
It
endurance.
wore me the hell out.
Yeah. What did you say, Steve?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, someone said
No,
something.
me, I said it's tournaments are an endurance. If you're
Yeah.
not, if you don't have the mindset, man.
Yeah, it's not a sprint.
Also, like physically, because I went to a I went to a tournament once. There were no chairs, and like at least the freaking Crossroads, there's chairs, and I'm like, I went to a 3-day tournament, not 3-day tournament, a 3-game tournament, and I was on my feet for 12 hours, and I was like miserable by like the end of game 2, because you're just standing there the whole time. So,
Bring a chair.
Yeah, just bring like a small camping chair.
Get
Tyler,
it out
you,
to look like one of those Slan palanquins.
yeah, right.
What's up, boss?
Oh no, I saw that you had muted yourself. I didn't know if you did that on purpose or not.
You should read chat.
Oh man. By the way, I'm gonna be unmute, so typing isn't intrusive. Steve, you are so crazy. Or no, I'm sorry, crazy.
What?
And not
Oh.
R. Just Steve, you so crazy. I think he said something crazy at that point.
Who the hell was that from?
That was me.
That was from Tyler. That's from the actual Hangout chat, not the comments.
Yeah, it's a super secret chat that you guys don't get to see when you're watching our videos. Lots of sweet stuff gets said there.
Yeah. We talk shit about everybody in that chat while we're going, right, Tyler?
all of our guests that come on the show.
Hey, you gotta keep it real. That way you have subject matter for later conversations.
So, what's everyone working on?
Lesson plans.
Bretonians.
School.
Everyone's doing a Paintisode. I'm doing a Planisode.
Aw,
Got
I
a
know,
storm
right?
in my hand.
me too. I got some storm vermins.
So much fucking work.
I'm actually taking a break. I just finished 3 plague drones, and so it's
Oh, nice.
time to take a break.
Well, I did just finish my Warmahordes army, so
Can you explain
Yeah.
me that game?
it's kind of like Mordheim on crack. It's fucking awesome.
Is it quicker paced?
Yeah, it's quick paced,
Way faster.
way faster. It's pretty much just throw your shit at stuff and try and
Imagine
outstrike getting down on the other guy's side. And
Yeah, so there's two ways to win the game. If you're playing scenarios, there's obviously going to be some scenario, but you can always win the game by killing your opponent's caster.
if
Which
you
is like their general.
if you play Death Clock, you can win just on time.
Yeah.
Like in
time?
chess. Yeah, like you have a fucking little timer that you're hitting.
That's how Warhammer should be, to be completely honest.
It should be.
No slow
my
play
God.
then.
I would never win another game again.
I was just in a tournament game that there was no time limit because we play one game in the tournament per week, and this chick that I was playing took 7.5 hours. We only got to 5 turns, 7.5 hours.
Wow.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was about to pull what little hair I have out.
Aw.
That was my Grail Quest matchup. I faced someone's wife, and like her buddy was watching me, and her buddy that never played the game knew more rules than the wife, and she backed me up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was, I'm trying to be legit. No, you can't kill my standard bearer because someone else would pick up the model. But she was using some sniper skill. She's like, it's any model. I can just kill that standard bearer and win. I was like, no, I can't find the rule, but this is how the game is. You just can't do it.
Mhm.
And,
Right.
the friend just looks at me. She's like, he's right. You can't. And I'm like, thank you. You
Aw.
just took 10 minutes on this one. And then I get shit for not beating the lady. I'm like, well, I couldn't finish the game.
That's funny because 2 of you have played women, and then Steve's mom plays. So like, I'm just not exposed to women Warhammer players. That's something completely foreign to me.
Well, my wife plays when she's not pregnant, so she hasn't played in like 5 months. But
Does
Not so much women, it's being familiar with the rules. Like this lady
Right.
only played for 3 months. Like, what are you doing at a tournament?
right. Yeah, no, that's true too. But just female gamers in general, I just haven't seen many in my area at least.
There's a lot of them out here.
Really.
Yep.
Joshua, does your wife paint too?
she paints a damn sight better than I do. She's got her degree in studio art, so
Nice.
roughly her stuff comes out looking like the Heavy Metal Crews or better, and
Nice.
even my best stuff looks like shit compared to hers.
That's cool. Yeah, my wife did fine arts, but she wants nothing to do with it. She painted like one model once, and it was like all pink and purple, and it was just terrible.
Well,
So
my
you,
wife
you
has,
want her to not have anything to do with it, right?
Well, I took the wrong approach at the time. I'm like, I should have bought like Zinch demons and said, "Oh yeah, don't paint them pink and purple," and just let her do it. Just reverse psychology.
Right?
My wife has about 1,500 points of Wood Elves and about 2,500 points of Orcs and Goblins painted up.
All right, that's funny because the one guy that I play with, his girlfriend is like only into the Wood Elves, and like I feel like that's like the go-to army for the women. Is that the truth?
High elves, wood elves, dark elves, anything
Slanesh.
else.
Just elves.
Slanesh.
Well, for my wife, she went with the Wood Elves because she's far more into the painting side of the hobby, and she thought those models looked better.
Mhm.
But then she got a little tired of losing, and she's got a thing for goblins, so she went originally with a full Night Elf army, or Night Goblin army rather, and has
this
been
isn't WoW.
expanding out since then.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though. That's awesome. So, what else? So I saw that Anthony threw up a comment about some Wood Elf rumors. Did anyone read any of it?
Yeah, it's
get-
all from Fayette, so
I didn't get a
Not
chance to
true.
read it. What's the deal? Not
I
true.
don't.
The
Once
only
I
thing
see that
true-
it's from Fayette, it's like not true. It's
Yeah,
simple as that.
the
You
only
know
thing
that's
that I
not
think
gonna
is
happen.
true is that I think at some point on the rumor it says they're coming up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the only
that's
thing
pretty
I
much
remember
it.
them
I'm-
post.
I'm still doubting that from them, so
Yeah, that's even an iffy topic. But like
Yeah,
the
they might have been
Eternal
canceled.
Guard are gone. That makes no sense.
Aren't those
Yeah, it
the
doesn't.
spearmen?
at all.
They're
No,
their main
They're the
elite.
they're the corsairs
Fighting guys.
of their people.
Okay. Those are like the spearmen with the double-bladed spears?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fucking awesome.
Okay.
They got like heavy
Yeah.
armor on, double-ended spears.
They're phenomenal models. They're just not good.
Yeah.
They need to be like strength 4, like other guard.
Yeah, I didn't read it, so I guess after you guys all saying it's not true, I should just not read it.
As soon as you see that it came from Fayette, you know somebody just saw it on a piece of toilet paper half wiped, and then they put it on there.
So none of his stuff's ever true?
Dude, he
Very
erases
rarely.
everything that's not true, so if you go to like the backlog on their stuff, there's like nothing there. But 40K Radio does that too, and then they boast like a 90% accuracy. It's like you redact everything that you fucking were blowing out your ass.
That's so funny.
At the same time, like the release, the way they've been releasing stuff, like Warriors of Chaos, great army. Demons of Chaos, good army. High Elves, great army. What came after High Elves?
Lizardmen.
Bad army.
No, that's good.
Playable. I'll give you playable, but your options are limited. Dark Elves, everything in the book is good, great, awesome.
I would say the Dark Elves are up there.
Just a playable army, which is great because everyone had their dwarves sitting on the shelves dusting. But they have some limitations. It's like you don't need the king. Not really. Whoa! Thanks, wife.
She just said that she's the best wife ever.
I don't know. That looks like something from McDonald's.
It's not It's from Carvel,
Oh, okay. Never mind.
so it's okay.
She's the best
But-
wife ever then.
What else should be a good or great army? Again, should be. But those rumors about skirmishing being the entire army is like, how do you even function?
That note about the skirmishings thing, it said that it was looking ahead to 9th, where apparently it's going to fit perfectly in. But
Right, because Fayette is still tweeting everything that 9th is coming out in a couple months, and it's not.
so how do you know?
I have sources, damn it. That's why I've known all. Why do you
Right.
think I get all the books before you guys do and have a review before they're out?
I don't believe you. Screenshot
Okay.
it didn't happen.
Just look at all my book reviews and the date they came out.
I don't fact check.
And therefore, you are perfect for YouTube.
Yeah, I am made for being a reporter on Faith.
There you go.
I will literally say anything that comes across my desk.
No, the guy who pretty much tells me all my stuff has been right 100%, and he says next year for 9th. So I believe him.
Next year.
He's
When
been
did he
right so
say
far,
that?
and he gives me free books. He said that like 3 years ago.
Well, that was a long time ago.
They don't
People can't
change
even
shit,
get the
dude.
weather right in
They-
7 days.
The weather's a little harder to predict than someone who looks at like when things are copywritten and shit.
Good point. So
So
what,
does
we'll have,
your
Britonia
source work
before
at
the
GP?
end of the year?
I don't
What
know.
was that, Chris?
Britonia, I mean, what can you even do with them? Like, you give them foot soldiers, they're no longer Britonia.
That's not true. Britonia was the first army that had cannons. They were the first army that had foot knights. They were the first army that had pretty much all the stuff that the Empire has now.
Yeah, but at this rate, they're probably just going to take another page from the dwarf model, give them 2 new cavalry units, and screw up the blessing of the lady and pack it in.
Yeah.
But what's their large toy? Eh? Trojan horse?
Yeah, I have like no info on that except that it's coming out 4th quarter this year.
Right, but they fight monsters. You can't give them a large monster. You can't
Right?
give 'em,
Hippogriff riders.
Hippogriff bomber.
No, they're going to be Hippogriff Monsters Cav.
Why wouldn't they just
You
make
heard it
the,
here first.
Why wouldn't they just make the monsters cav they already have worth a damn? Heg Knights are
Because
monsters.
they're different use, man. Peg Knights are going to be the quick, shittier ones, and the Hippogriffs are going to be guys that can only hover because they're too armored. They're gonna have a 1-up armor save that you get to re-roll ones with. Yeah,
What if the dwarves
it's pretty good, eh?
I think Tyler just got some faxes from Fate right there. And,
Yeah. Oh, this just in. All of that was fake.
From an anonymous source on YouTube named Tyler Strauss.
I subscribed. I believe it.
This is up.
Well, someone's going to have to ask questions now because I'm stuffing my face.
Fair enough.
Nick, I have a question for you. What are you eating?
Carvel. It's peanut butter and chocolate all mixed together and it's bad for you.
Okay, Nick, I have a question for you. How's your Skaven list coming?
It's kind of better. I can bring it up, or you can poke holes in it if you want.
Yeah, Nick. What are you gonna do after you're done that ice cream?
Paint more Skaven?
Do you have some more questions, Nick? Or should
No, I'm
someone
just going to
else?
mute you now.
So,
I didn't mean questions from me, I meant to each other.
I know, that's why I was doing it.
any tournaments that you've done recently? Big tournaments or one-day events? Like, what's your best? What's your scorecard? Anyone.
Who's this for?
That's for you,
Anybody?
Steven.
I was just Tyler.
In 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to the Broadside Bash here in San Diego. It's a GT. That's what the Bretonians are for.
Is that where it's like at the prison? Is that where it's...
No.
I saw this one guy's report. It was like on not Arkham. I keep forgetting the famous prison in California.
Alcatraz?
Alcatraz,
that's
yeah,
like-
it was like an
that's like-
Alcatraz or something.
Yeah, that's like 900 miles away from San Diego.
Oh, my bad. Because they had bar winches, legitimate bar winches, and
Yeah,
that is what I want.
I'm pretty sure it's not worth the drive because there's nothing to do there right now. The
Bar
tournament's
winches?
in San Diego.
They actually play Warhammer at Alcatraz?
Sure.
I think it was in the area. It might have been called Alcatraz.
I've heard they do.
Tourney. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Well, you can rent that place out for anything.
Anything?
Yeah.
They probably don't let Canadians stay there. Just saying.
It's cool. You wouldn't want to anyway. I hear it's old and dirty. Okay, so what's going on, Chris?
Sir. The last tournament I went to was at Gigabytes Cafe, and I was 3 for 3, 3 wins, 1 major victory, 2 minor wins, and I didn't get into the top 4 or the top 3. I was very disappointed with it. I beat number 1 and I beat number 3.
That's cool.
You need to
Chaos-
learn how to win better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the win criteria like if you beat number 1 and number 3 and didn't do well?
This 20-0 system, you had extra points for objectives as normal, and I probably didn't rack up that many objectives.
Is that like mostly just an East Coast thing? Because like we usually just do win-loss-draw out here.
I don't know, but
I think, maybe. Someone just found a key for the next room.
Yeah, that's my email alert on my cell phone.
Boo-doo-doo-doo. I love that noise. That's when Link was just like, I found something.
Hmm.
So wait, you just do win-loss draw out there?
Well, I've only been to like little tournaments, so
Well, I mean, I guess.
the last major tournament I was in 2004, and it was 40K,
How many people was it?
like 100 and something.
And they
Ooh.
Did they use 20-0 or no?
It was win-loss draw.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so weird. Well, I guess...
I don't think anybody had done any 20-0 stuff in 2004.
Well,
Yeah.
you're probably
That's
right.
kind of like harsh. You lose one game, it's over.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
there's only so many combinations you can get with that, so, like, how do they pick winners?
I don't know. I never did well, so I was never I was never in the running to argue a case for, doing stuff. So in 5 games, when you're like 1-4, you're just like watching people get trophies.
Oh, that's fun.
I just was there because I wanted to throw a lot of Tyranids at people.
All right.
Did your mom play 40K?
She used to. She played Space Marines.
I can't get behind 40K. It's so bland.
Yeah,
Didn't they just release like another Space Marine chapter?
I think so.
What's that?
I've played about 10 I've played about 10 games with my Space Marines, and every time I play a game, I have to go buy a new book. So I just gave up because I just played so little that
Yeah.
every time I needed to play, I had to go get a new book.
See, the one thing that's kept me away from 40K is I just didn't see a single army codex, whatever they call them, that I was even the least bit interested in playing.
Right.
There's just nothing that appealed to me in that game.
Gotcha. I think the only reason why I ever started playing was because I won an army at my local store's like giveaway thing. So like I got like a $250 box of Space Marines, but besides that, I never really picked it
Yeah.
up.
That's pretty much how people get into 40K. They pull you in like that. Someone
Yeah.
paid off a debt that he owed my brother with 40K minis, and then he just gave them to me. And then I started playing from there.
Ridiculous.
So I saw Captain
wait,
American
wait.
last night. Huh?
Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
Warhammer. Yeah, it was a cool movie. Did anyone else see it yet?
Yeah, I saw it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, we're totally gonna ruin it for you right now. Spoilers.
Captain
was
America
good.
dies.
Awesome. Good riddance.
Captain Canada wouldn't have died.
Hey, my friend has that model.
Doesn't Captain Canada die like for good in the comic books?
Yeah.
Yeah. At least when Captain America dies like 40 times, he comes back every time.
Which is pretty ironic, because if you would figure that somebody would be able to be frozen after being killed, it would probably be in Canada as opposed to down here.
Right?
That's true. The only thing Canada's got going for them is Wolverine. That's it.
And
I think
he's supposed to be Japanese anyway.
Yeah.
Wolverine's overdone.
Exactly. That's my fear of X-Men Future Days of Past is like we're gonna see Bishop, we're gonna see Psylocke, we're gonna see some Sentinels, and then just X-Men or Wolverine all the time.
Well, seeing
Right.
as how he's not even really supposed to be in that story, that's supposed to be
Yeah.
Shadowcat going back in time.
right.
Like,
That was the thing that
they
pissed
already,
me off.
yeah, they already retconned it to put him in there, so it's definitely going to be another Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
So we're not having good expectations for that one?
Absolutely
No.
not.
It's gonna be
I
good. It
haven't-
looks good, man. It's gonna be Wolverine 5
There's-
or whatever.
Hey, there is only so much terrible that Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen can balance out, and I think this is going to overcharge them.
I don't know, but now they got Michael Fassbender to help balance it out too.
Exactly.
Which just to me is a sign of how much crap they're going to pour into this movie. If they need all 30 of them, it's yeah.
So Tyler's sending us all sorts of sub-notes that say, talk about Warhammer.
Oh, right.
Okay,
right.
hey, yeah, Warhammer. So if Wolverine was in Warhammer, he would totally be a Chaos Lord.
Yeah, I
Is
can
that a
see
good segue?
I would say it'd be a demon prince, though.
Would he?
Like, 'cause you can never kill him?
Yeah. And I think Purple Sun is the only spell that really shows the kind of murder he can bring to any given army.
Would he be immune to lore of metal, or would he be susceptible to it?
Ooh, totally susceptible.
Yeah, he'd
Yeah,
probably be screwed,
susceptible.
right?
Yeah.
Say auto wound.
But he would come back and regen. Points for things that come back to life. Why is there not like a standardized FAQ for that, or any FAQs for the last 5, 6, 7 months? You get double points for killing a Hellpet twice. Double points for killing a fire phoenix.
You don't even get points for it if it's not dead at the end of the game.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's just the way they've always done their regen and stuff. They're coming back to life. Because when I used to play Tyranids, I played with a rule called without number. So once you killed one of my units, they came back on the board from the table edge, and if they were on the board, then they didn't count for victory points.
So then, how would you?
Because the army was horrible. It just was fun to like keep putting things back on the table.
Wait, that was an actual rule for the army?
Yeah.
So like even at tournaments and stuff, your stuff never actually died?
Well, your big stuff could die, but the little guys couldn't.
Oh, so your like gene stealers and stuff keep coming back?
Mostly the gaunts.
The gaunts are the little guys with the guns?
Those
Little
are
guys with the guns, or the termagants, and the hormagaunts are the ones that jump with the big bladed, scything talons.
Oh my gaunt.
Yeah, I had like 300 of them in my army.
No, Nick, bad, bad.
I tried to make it funny. Tyler, why are you here? Go do your homework. Go be
What
an
the
adult
fuck,
or
man?
something, man.
You can't say do your homework and go be an adult at the same time.
It actually shut him up. I'm sorry. It's okay.
So, Nick, have you never played Chaos Dwarves before?
I've never played. Yeah, I've never played against Chaos Dwarves.
That is the most awful experience you'll ever fuck. Just fuck.
Go ahead.
I do have to say though, one of the armies I wish I had gotten to play at the one tournament I did was a Chaos Dwarf army, but the reason why I wanted to play it is the guy was casting all of his own miniatures. He didn't buy anything. He modded and cast everything in the whole army. It was pretty badass looking.
That is badass.
Oh yeah, that's Lord Inquisitor's like that too, with most of his ogre bulls and his man eaters. They're phenomenal. Nick, you'll see them. They're
He'll be there?
you look at them.
What was that, Chris? Your mic's coming low.
I said Lord Inquisitor. He'll be at Brawler Bash. Like all of his models are modded.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Self cast. Like I think he did a video on it on his channel. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Is he the one that did the man eaters? Each one like it came from a different army. Oh,
No.
those are beautiful.
No,
No,
he has samurai man eaters.
Oh, okay.
With
'Cause there's-
miniguns.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, there's one of the guys that's on the Ogre Stronghold website who's done. He's done a whole bunch of these modded man eaters, and they're all done to look like they're a member of a different army. So it's got like a dwarf man eater and an empire one, and
I did that with my man eaters. I've got one for every race.
You know what I want to see? I want to see somebody be dumb enough to do a whole Loud Belcher army.
Yeah, what an asshole.
I have to applaud you for that, Nick. That was balls that I don't even have, and I just play Kitchen Hammer.
It was pretty funny. I just didn't think I was going to win as many games as I did with such a ridiculously terrible list.
He'll be a few.
Yeah.
Has anyone else played Chaos Dwarfs?
What?
Am I the only victim?
So what do we have to be worried about with them? Like, what's the deal? I mean,
They're just dwarfs with more flaming.
What about the Kadai Destroyer? I mean, I know I read the rules on it, but like I never really.
The one time that I played against them, I threw my my peg hero with the dragon helm at it, and they just kind of stayed there all game.
Yeah, the Kadai you can manage. It's the Laura Hasut that just gets absurd. Like one spell, their number 5 or their number 3 spell does like 5 different little functions. You get like dangerous terrain, your stats get reduced, your movement gets reduced, you're flammable all of a sudden, and the number 6 spell, you drop a small fire template, Does like strength 6, D6 wounds, doesn't scatter, death.
Jesus.
And you play against them with your Skaven,
I did.
and they're pretty good taking Skaven out.
No, man, I got the initiative on him. I got first turn, and I brass orbed both his magma cannons, which are like, flame cannons without the bad misfire. Because he put them both within 3 inches of his demon smith, and I just got all. I would have got the demon smith too, but he rolled like a 1 for that guy.
Gotcha.
And Storm Banner shut down his firing, so I would have lost the A bomb if he would have got to fire.
The Storm Banner is so cheesy.
We need it.
I know.
Give me a better book, and we won't need the Storm Banner. But take away the High Elf World Dragon Banner. Where are they?
Yeah.
Anybody?
They're still awesome.
They're still awesome because they have a good book.
Yep, they are still awesome.
What lore do you use when you play High Elves, Steve?
High magic. And I use a lore master too. Yeah.
So you have a level 4 and a lore master, or one or the other?
Yeah. No, I take a level 4 of high magic and a lore master. Those are my 2 characters.
Wow.
I don't run a BSB. I don't run any nobles or lords or anything.
That's pretty ballsy.
Well, you gotta lose a combat to be able to make use of a BSB. So just don't plan on losing any combats.
Or you could be forced to take a panic test.
Whatever. Leadership 10 elves don't panic.
Yeah.
See?
I don't know. I would always bring a BSB.
You fucking guy.
What's funny is when I do bring a BSB, he's just flying around on an eagle.
That's awesome.
That's all he does right there. With
How
the
do
Reaper bow.
How do the heroes on Eagles do? They do all right?
No, they get smashed.
Well, that's sad.
You've never done the Malorian aerial wing smash?
Nope.
You know what? Every Malorian strategy doesn't work down here.
I'm not saying it works or not. I'm just saying, have you attempted like some variant of it? You don't need your
No.
dragon mage on a fucking sun dragon or whatever. That's
No, I
great.
did. I played a list like that. Everything was airborne, and then the entire core was silver helms. And yeah, it smashed my face in. To be honest, I was playing my Bretonnians, and I couldn't get a charge off for anything because they just flew around me the whole game.
That sounds miserable.
Well, yeah, he wound up beating me by like 300 points because I had 300 points in peasants. And that's what he wouldn't ever engage my my knights for anything.
Wow. How many points was this game?
2,500.
But he didn't try to like converge on one unit. I mean, they're just humans. That's right. I'm racist towards humans and beastmen.
I don't know. The guy was playing once he was up, and he was up like turn 2. He just avoided me in the game.
Lame.
Oh no, it was one of the most frustrating times because like I could tell how big of a kick he was getting out of just ruining my fun, and I was like, dude, you're such a dick.
Well, I feel like that wouldn't work out here because we don't do win or lose. Going back to the whole 20-0 conversation. So if he just doesn't touch you and doesn't bother you, he wins just because that's it, he wins.
Well, he had enough points to win, so he would still win in the 20-0 system too. He just wouldn't win with that much.
Well, I mean, all you need is 100 points to win.
Yeah.
So he takes out your peasants and that's it.
Right.
That's what objectives help with.
Yeah, it's true.
Or hitting people with a folding chair. I find that works too.
You're going to get a bad sportsman score for that.
No, I smile while I do it, so it looks happy, like we're all having a good time.
Just get the surprised look on your face and be like, oh my god, I didn't see you there.
No, I just yell, "Purple Sun!" and hit him.
Ridiculous. So, Who's our guy in California? Tyler? No.
No,
Steven.
Steve. Yep.
Steve, what are you afraid of playing out there in your tournament? Like with your Bretts, I mean, you got an obsolete book there. Like,
The only things that I like can't win against really are fucking Dark Elf fast cav lists and what else? That's about it. Everything else I might be able to pull a win out.
What specifically with the Dark Elf fast cav? Like, you don't have the magic missiles, or I guess you can't hit them with a trebuchet that well.
Well, yeah. The thing is, because their characters on Dark Steeds count as fast cav, they can go in a unit of Dark Riders and Vanguard, Purple Sun all my trebuchets off, and then I have nothing that can shoot them to death, and then they just avoid you. And then their Strength 3 armor piercing is like the worst thing for a fucking Bretonnian knight to get hit with.
Gotcha.
That does sound miserable.
Right. And my main like gaming buddy, that's what he plays, and unless he's feeling nice, I can't beat him with my Bretts.
What about two Mage Lords of Heavens? You got one dropping Comment, you got another one flickering a couple Thunderbolts. They're only toughness 3. You just do enough damage.
It works and it does damage, but I don't know. I just don't seem to get enough done with it. I usually end up, if I'm throwing that many dice to try and get my spells through with Heavens, I usually blow up whatever night bust that she's in. Because she's right in the middle, you know?
Yeah. Anyone else got some suggestions for Steve? That sounds pretty shitty way to... like.
My suggestion is don't play Bretonnia.
You know what? You can shut your fucking face, Skaven player.
I don't know. I honestly don't know much about doing well at Bretonnia at all.
My biggest experience with Bretonnia around here is one of my good buddies who plays really heavy peasant lists. So my thought that would work for taking out those smaller, like, strength or toughness 3 guys is just a shit ton of 10-man unit of peasant archers. Just sprinkle them all over the board and fire away.
It's a good idea. Right now I have 4 units of 10 in my list.
And how many would you recommend, Josh, or anyone? Where do you draw the line with peasant bowmen?
A reasonable person would probably look at 4 as good. I've faced as many as 8 10-mans of them at one time.
Wow.
And it messes up some... Well, the biggest ones it's affected are my demons. It'll shred my demonettes pretty casually.
Do peasants cause panic to other peasants?
To other peasants they do.
Not to knights, though.
Not to knights.
That's still pretty tough. I mean, do you run the multi-paladins like sustainable? Because that's rocking for him right now. Like, what if he like shot out one at a time at these fast cab units? I mean, they can't kill him. I mean, you got a 1+ armor save, right?
1+ armor save, but they're gonna always strikes first. If they get a charge on him, they're gonna be hitting on strength 4, and there's gonna be, you know, like they'll kill him. They'll kill him.
Come on, man! You gotta have some faith in the lady. You got your armor save. You got your little ward save. Do you pray against him?
Unless I take a build where I don't have to. Like, if I'm running a lot of Grail Knights and someone with the prayer icon, then I'll roll for it. But even then you're risking it because, you know, 50-50 chance you're going to lose the roll anyway.
Does he run with Executioner still?
No. The fast cav lists out here are all fast cav, guy on a dragon. Yeah. A bunch of repeater crossbows or reaper crossbows. That's pretty much it. And like a Hydra or a Charybdis, just to be goofy.
The Kraken's awesome.
Huh?
The Kraken is awesome.
Dude, this thing's fucking retarded. It never kills anything.
Ah.
I think my Troglodon does more work than a fucking Charybdis.
Okay. Have you used the Troglodon?
I use the Troglodon all the time.
Does your gaming group allow predatory fighters for extra ranks?
No, and that was my idea, because the rest of them didn't really care, and, you know, I can actually read the rules, so it doesn't work.
Yeah, I know. I see you posting on Warseer. Like, should I chirp him? Should I chirp him? No, I have things to do today. No, I agree.
Which is, it's so sad, and that's what's wrong with that Lizardman book. It's, I mean, what's their special rule? Nothing.
Cold-blooded is like the most overpowered special rule in the game.
Oh,
Totally agreed.
You like it's pretty much like having every unit unbreakable.
So it's like the dwarves.
No, they fucking flee like little bitches now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I have had no luck causing that to happen. Huh?
Yeah, I might be doing something wrong too. My buddies doesn't move.
Yeah. We had just this past week. We had two dwarf battles. One with Empire versus dwarves, and a second with my demons versus dwarves. And we, in the two games, didn't break anything. I don't think the Empires even took out a unit, and I had to kill the one unit I killed to a man because they just wouldn't break.
Yeah, you got to actually win a combat though.
Well, no, the dwarves did not win a single combat against my demons.
Oh, that's crazy.
I beat them every time and had to kill them to a man to do it.
Well.
How?
What do you mean how? They're
just leadership 9 like regular dudes that
leadership 10 in a bubble with that standard of stubborn at 12 inches pretty much means they're going to stick.
Yeah, but you take some Zinch magic, give them treason, none of that's going to happen. Yeah. They break.
Well, and that's where I get bit by the fact I play themes, as my army is mostly Slanesh with a little splash of Nurgle.
Okay. No, I get you. I've always been partial to Zinch.
As far as Zinch goes, I have the blue scribe model because I think it's awesome, and a 10-man unit of pink horrors because I bought them for $10 already painted.
So if you get a whole new unit through Reign of Chaos, what do you get? What do you pick?
I've never actually had that happen, so that's a good question.
Dude, every time I play demons, they get like 2 new units on me.
The only thing I have had happen every time I play my demons is the roll of 4, so that I lose that save. Beyond that, Corn likes showing up and throwing rocks and missing terribly. That's pretty much all that happens in mine.
Wow.
So, Joshua, are you good at rolling out your Reigns of Chaos? Because like I tried it once, just try a new army, and like it takes like 5 fucking years to do all that nonsense.
Well, being that I have apparently an inability to ever roll 6s, it doesn't take that long for me. I roll 1 die for each unit, no 6s come up, we move on with our day. But I mean, it's being that they get that instead of a shooting phase, I don't see that it takes any longer than most of the shooting phases. But they do get a
shooting phase.
Yeah.
They can have like 4 chariots that shoot.
Okay. I mean, how long does it take to make a cannon shot, though? I mean, seriously.
You roll 2 dice, it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick.
No, I'm just saying, like, now they are fucking powerful. I faced an army with 4 chariots, the 2 of each kind, and man, they rolled right the fuck over me. Crazy sauce.
Don't they fly over you?
No, 2 of them are motorcycles.
Yeah.
Lawnmowers.
Yeah, whatever.
They look like
weird.
motorcycles. They're.
Fair enough.
Hold on, I got one behind me. Maybe you guys will be able to see it.
So, what's that White Dwarf rumor that the Warriors and Demons are gonna team up?
You mean the Fayette rumor?
Oh, who is it? Oh, awesome.
You know, I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but there's my motorcycle.
What the hell?
That's
Yep.
a flame. That's a skill cannon.
Yep.
Right.
It's a motorcycle.
Oh, that one. Gotcha. You're right.
It's